Most people fight for attention. They try to stay visible. They try to stay available. They believe the more they show up, the more they will matter. But strategic people don't fight for attention. They fight for mental territory, because attention is temporary. Mental space is power. When someone owns your time, that's influence. But when someone owns your thoughts, when you replay their words, when you wonder what they meant, when their presence stays with you even after they leave, that's power. You don't need to chase attention. You need to occupy the mind, and that is a completely different game. Most people think obsession is created by intensity. They believe if they give more energy, more emotion, more effort, people will become attached. But obsession doesn't come from intensity. It comes from psychological tension. The human mind is not controlled by what is obvious. It is controlled by what feels unfinished. When everything is explained, the brain relaxes. When everything is predictable, interest fades. But when something feels incomplete, when there is curiosity, when there is uncertainty, when there is something left unsaid, the mind keeps returning again and again. This is why the most powerful people are not the loudest. They are the most mentally present. Machiavellian thinking is not about romance. It is not about emotional games. It is about leverage. It is about understanding how attention works, how memory works, and how psychological tension keeps someone mentally connected to you. As Niccolo Machiavelli understood centuries ago, power is not about forcing people to feel something. Power is about creating conditions where their own mind keeps returning to you, because the strongest form of influence is not control over someone's actions. It is influence over their thoughts. When your presence creates unresolved curiosity, when your behavior cannot be fully predicted, when your absence creates mental friction, you become psychologically significant. And people don't chase what is available. They chase what occupies their mind. Today, we are breaking down 7 modern dark psychology principles that turn simple presence into mental permanence. These principles will not teach you how to chase attention. They will teach you how to create psychological gravity, how to become memorable, how to become mentally valuable, how to become someone the mind keeps returning to, without effort, without pressure, without need. Real power is being mentally unavoidable. Before we begin, I want you to drop this affirmation in the comments. I control mental space. Number 1. Control mental space, not physical presence. Most people believe influence comes from being around someone as much as possible. They stay available. They respond instantly. They extend conversations. They try to keep the interaction alive for as long as they can. But constant presence does not create value. It creates familiarity, and familiarity relaxes the mind. When someone sees you too often, hears from you too frequently, or feels your energy all the time, your presence becomes normal, predictable, easy to process, and the human brain does not hold on to what feels ordinary. Strategic influence works differently. The goal is not to be around them longer. The goal is to stay in their mind after you leave. Because power is not measured by how long you were present. Power is measured by how long your impact lasts. This is where most people fail. They focus on duration instead of depth. They talk too much. They explain too much. They fill every silence. And in doing so, they remove the very thing that creates mental engagement: space. The mind needs space to replay. When an interaction is short but meaningful, something interesting happens. The brain begins to reconstruct the moment. It reviews your words. It analyzes your tone. It tries to understand the intention behind what you said. And that process creates repetition. Repetition creates familiarity. But when repetition happens inside their mind, it turns into fixation. Instead of giving them more of your time, give them something to think about. Say less, but make it precise. Speak with clarity, not volume. End conversations while the energy is still rising, not when it starts fading. Because the strongest psychological hook is an unfinished emotional state. When the interaction ends too cleanly, the brain moves on. But when it ends with curiosity, interest, or a slight sense of incompletion, the mind continues the interaction internally. This is how mental space is created. Another key principle is emotional imprint. People do not remember long conversations. They remember emotional shifts. A moment of unexpected insight, a sharp observation, a calm reaction when emotion was expected. When your presence creates a noticeable internal reaction, the brain tags that interaction as significant. And significance leads to recall. But recall becomes obsession only when combined with absence. If you remain constantly available, the mind doesn't need to revisit you. But when you create impact and then step away, the brain has no new input. So it reuses the old one. That's when your mental presence grows. Silence, after impact, is not distance. It is psychological amplification. Another mistake people make is trying to maintain momentum through constant contact. They believe continuity builds connection. In reality, constant contact removes mystery, and mystery is the fuel of mental engagement. When someone doesn't know exactly when they will hear from you again, when your appearances feel intentional rather than automatic, your presence gains weight. You move from routine to event, from expected to noticed. And once your presence is noticed, your absence becomes felt. That is the shift. From physical interaction to psychological occupation, the most influential individuals are not those who are always around. They are the ones whose brief presence leaves a lasting cognitive trace. Short interaction, deep impact, then space. Because when the conversation ends and their mind keeps replaying it, you are no longer interacting with them. You are living inside their thoughts. Drop this affirmation in the comments. My impact lingers. Number 2, be hard to categorize. The human mind is built for efficiency. It constantly scans people and situations, looking for patterns. The moment it believes it understands someone, it creates a mental label. Friendly, serious, emotional, logical, confident, quiet, predictable. And once that label is created, something important happens. Attention drops, because the brain believes there is nothing new to discover. This is why most people become forgettable. Their reactions are consistent. Their tone never changes. Their behavior follows a clear pattern. After a short time, others feel they know exactly who they are and what to expect. And when someone becomes predictable, the mind stops working. But obsession doesn't grow from certainty. It grows from complexity. When someone cannot fully define you, their brain keeps trying to figure you out. It looks for hidden meaning. It analyzes your behavior. It pays closer attention to your words, your mood shifts, your reactions. Because the mind is uncomfortable with incomplete understanding, it wants closure. And if you never give full closure, the attention continues. Most people make themselves easy to read. Their emotions are obvious. Their opinions are immediate. Their reactions are automatic. They reveal everything about themselves too quickly in an attempt to build connection. But full transparency removes intrigue. When someone feels they have seen all your layers, curiosity disappears. Strategic presence works differently. Instead of revealing your full emotional range at once, you allow different sides of your personality to appear at different moments. Calm in one situation, sharp in another, light humor when seriousness is expected, silence when others are reacting emotionally. This contrast creates cognitive tension. The mind begins asking quiet questions. Are they emotional or controlled? Are they warm or distant? Are they relaxed or intense? And the more difficult it becomes to place you into a single category, the more mental energy you receive. But this is not about acting or pretending. It is about emotional control and selective expression. Most people react automatically based on the situation. Strategic individuals respond intentionally. They choose when to show intensity, when to show restraint, when to engage, when to step back. This controlled variation prevents pattern formation, and without a stable pattern, the brain stays alert. Another important factor is emotional independence. When your reactions are not driven by approval, pressure, or social expectation, your behavior becomes less predictable. You are not easily influenced by the emotional tone around you. While others rise and fall with the environment, you remain centered. That stability, combined with selective variation, creates a powerful psychological effect. You feel grounded, but not simple, clear, but not fully revealed, and that balance keeps attention locked. People often think likability comes from being easy to understand, but memorability comes from depth. When someone feels there is more beneath the surface than what is visible, their mind keeps searching for the missing pieces. Every interaction